The Department of Education announced a final rule which is going to amend what the definition of a qualifying employer is for the purposes of public service loan forgiveness. So if you are someone that is seeking your discharge under public service loan forgiveness, it's important that you have an understanding of what all of this means. So let's go take a look at it. All right, so we're going to go to the press relief, and this is here on ed.gov. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, okay, because we want to actually get to the fact sheet of it. You can read more about the entirety of the final rule by clicking here, but we're just going to get to the fact sheet. All right. So when you get to the fact sheet, it more or less tells you that the final rule was issued today on October 30th, and it was announced by the Department of Education, and the reason behind the final rule and its issuance. Also, we're just going to scroll down here because I want to get into what this final rule, what it amends. So it tells you the final rule amends the definition of a qualifying employer to exclude employers that participate in illegal activities such that they have a substantial illegal purpose. We want to go a little bit further down because we want to get into what the Department of Education is defined as as illegal activities, okay? The final rule defines those illegal activities at issue, establishes a process for determinations of employer disqualifications from the PSLF program, provides a reconsideration process for employers in the event that they are removed from qualifying employer status, requires timely notification to borrowers and employers of any relevant determinations, and clarifies that this rule will not only be applied prospectively. This fact sheet provides a summary of the major provisions of the regulations, including information on specific borrower and employer eligibility and participation in the PSLF program following the final rule's effective date on July 1st, 2026. So we know that this rule is not going to be effective at least until the 1st of July 2026 or after, okay? Importantly, the rule does not change the underlying law. It establishes new consequences for those breaking the law, is what the department is saying. Employers that are following the law will not be impacted under this rule. Furthermore, employers that have minor compliance issues where there is no concerted practice of illegal activity will generally not be ineligible. Let's get into the definition of a qualifying employer, because this is what is being amended. To exclude organizations that engage in activities such that they have a substantial illegal purpose. Those activities include aiding and abetting violations of federal immigration laws, supporting terrorism, or engaging in violence for the purpose of obstructing or influencing federal government policy, engaging in the chemical and surgical castration or mutilation of children in violation of federal or state law, engaging in the trafficking of children to states for purposes of emancipation from their lawful parents in violation of federal or state law, engaging in a pattern of aiding and abetting illegal discrimination, and engaging in a pattern of violating state laws.